Welcome to My Asshole Podcast. Let's get into it. Today is Tuesday. We got a beautiful Tuesday episode for you guys. And I have a very interesting thread that I'm kind of excited to get into because it is a bit touchy, let's say. So, please do not take offense to any of this. This is just a funny thread that I thought would be interesting to go over and that you guys got involved with and all that kind of stuff. So this one is, have you ever been intimate with someone who has a disability like a wheelchair user? If so, what was your experience like? If not, would you consider it? All right? So let me know down in the comments. Would you date somebody, in a wheelchair? Would you date a guy in a wheelchair? Would you date a girl in a wheelchair? We're going to see these guys' experiences of dating somebody who is disabled. So let's see. All right. Dated a blind girl for a bit. She did that thing of touching your face to see what you look like, but wanted to see what I looked like everywhere. That was fun. Less fun was when her service dog thought the noises she was making meant she was in distress. Oh, yes, that's not good. You got the dog biting on your ass while you fucking her. It's like, no, back up. She's feeling good. Like, no, stop. That's funny. All right. Have you ever been intimate with someone who has a disability? My girlfriend is blind. Okay. The only real difference is that if I want to do something unusual or unprecedented, I have to announce it before doing it. All right, here's the story. She lost her sight in a vehicle accident before I met her. I didn't ask details about it, so I figured the impact of the accident severed her retinal nerves or something, leaving her with non-functioning eyes. The first time we got busy, so to speak, she said, "My eyes are itching. I gotta take them out." Okay. Like, what did he say? All right. So yeah, she had amazingly good prosthesis, which she then removed. I'm a trooper, but it's hard to look directly as a couple of empty red holes where eyes are supposed to be, particularly during sexy time. So I had turned my head away. It's not like she could tell, and looked at the nightstand where a pair of disembodied glass eyes were staring right back at me. Yo! Oh my, bro, I couldn't keep my dick hard. There's no way. Staring into red holes in her face? Oh, nah, bro. Nah. My dick would go flaccid so fast. It would be crazy. It'd be the record time of how flaccid a penis could get after being hard. Bruh, I couldn't. I would try to, look at her, body and stuff as much as possible. But sometimes I like the facial expressions on a girl, when you're doing the deed. And so I just couldn't get over her eyeless face. Oh, my God. Woo, man, that would be tough, bruh. Oh, hey, you're a trooper, bruh. Like you said, you're a fucking trooper. There's no way I'd be able to finish. I would have just been like, I'm so sorry, but I can't do this. Like, I can't do it. Staring into just red holes. It's just, okay. Fuck, man. Just thinking about it is kind of crazy to me. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Woo! Even just her taking her eyes out, I would have just been like, oh, man, my dick would have deflated so fast. I'm sorry, but it's just, damn. Oh, all right. On to the next one. Have you ever been intimate with someone with a disability? Had a one night fling with a girl who had one leg amputated. Was a little strange, but hold on, was a little strange. I guess that I found out once we're in bed and I felt plastic under her jeans, not in the club. On the other hand, I could understand how that's a difficult thing to say when you're just having a casual conversation over loud music. Otherwise, fun. She was beautiful. Honestly, man, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'd smash a girl with one leg. I feel like you could get into her coochie in all kinds of different ways that you couldn't get into a girl with two legs' coochie, you know what I mean? Just because that leg ain't there. And, there's nothing there to, like, block your way from just getting up in there in crazy ways and whatnot. You know what I mean? And then on top of that, it's like, since the leg is not there, you could literally, like, be inside her and then, like, twist. You could like flip her over with you still inside. That would feel crazy. Ooh, that feel crazy. Imagine. I mean, I'm sure you could do it, with a girl like who's got two legs, but I'm sure it'd just be harder. You know what I mean? But since she ain't got no leg, it's like you could just like turn. You know what I mean? That would feel crazy. Woo, man. I'm just saying. I'd do it. I'd be down. Shit, I'd be down. Let's what's up? All my amputee ladies out there, what's good? Hit your boy up. Have you ever been intimate with someone with a disability? I did in high school with one of my good friends. He had MS, but he had already gone blind and had a bad muscle tissue in his right side. I gave him head twice and we had sex a dozen or so times. We were 15/16 at the time. I'm 44 now and those are still his only sexual experiences, which sucks because in addition to being a great guy, he's really good looking and he was a very enthusiastic partner. Yo. Oh, that's like, that means he's at least 43, 44 like her. And that's it. She's the only girl that's ever given him a chance. Damn. That sucks. So it's pretty much just a thing where it's like, if you're a guy with a disability, you're cooked. You know what I mean? Like, you're just cooked. If you're blind as a dude, cooked. If you got one leg as a dude, cooked. Damn. That sucks. Oh, God. Pour one out for my homie, man. Because, dang, that sucks. That sucks. All right. Have you ever been intimate with someone with a disability? Yes. My freshman year of college, I had a few classes with women with a spinal cord injury from a horseback riding fall when she was a girl. Hooked up after a party. I went to in her dorm building. Okay. She was really fun and witty and hit on me in a very direct way that took me off guard and honestly was really sexy. I was honestly a really fun and normal experience, or it was a really fun and normal experience. God, man, typos all day long. The sex was totally normal. I mean that in a good way. Normal sex is great. But her attitude and confidence about everything really made it fun. So just a one-time thing. I mean, it must have not been that fun if it was only a one-time thing. Come on, nigga. Like, let's be real here. You know what I mean? Like, you weren't really trying to, be with this girl. You out here gassing her up for no reason. Like, yeah, bro, she was great. She was for awesome time. She was super fun. All that greatness. Like, nah, man. In reality, this nigga wasn't having it. He was just like, it was a slow Tuesday and she was some coochie. So I was like, hey, I'd fuck on a disability girl. Like, why not? Hey, come on, man. Stop capping. Like, get the fuck out of here, bro.
Stop the cap.
Man, you over here gassing her up. Like, like, nah, she's great, and regular sex is fantastic. Oh, hey, that's super awesome. Nah, nigga, that was a slow Tuesday and you was like, fuck it. She willing to fuck, I'm down. Like, nigga, come on, man. Let's be honest here. Have you ever been intimate with someone with a disability? A friend of mine had both her legs amputated. Damn. Woo! Due to an accident. In the aftermath, her fiance left her, and her family and friends friends kind of stepped up to help out however we could. Long story short, 6 months later, we found ourselves alone in her place after a night of hanging out with her friends. I said something like, "Do you need me to do anything?" And she said, "I don't know, fuck me," which was said sarcastically because she always had been the kind of person. But I said, "Sure." We became friends with benefits that night, and for the next month until she was ready to start dating again. She's now married to a wonderful guy. Bro! Woo! I bet you he was in that coochie in all kinds of ways. Oh, bro. I bet you she was just like a real life sex doll kind of thing. He was just picking her up, and she was just... Woo! Oh, man. For the audio listeners, he was just picking her up, and he was just... he was just dropping her on that shit. Like, bro, ooh, you know what I mean? Like I said, that whole thing where, the one girl that got, she only got one leg and you can kind of like spin her on your shit. She ain't got no legs. So you could just spin her 360. Goddamn. And, woo, man, I bet you my man was having a good time. Like I said, man, I'd be down to give it a shot, a little friends with benefits with a girl with no legs, man. You'd have to do a lot of the work though, you know what I mean? Because obviously with no legs, she can't really prop herself up and stuff, but it would legitimately, at the same time though, in weird ways, I would be feeling bad because it's just like, you couldn't escape me if you wanted. I don't know why my mind goes straight to that, but I don't know. It's just weird. It's like, I would feel bad, It's just like, it's like, damn, I have like total dominion over your body right now. And you can't do shit about it. Because what are you going to do? Run away? Oh my God. Oh shit. Oh my God, I'm just saying. Oh, fuck. I'm going to jail for that one. All right, man, I'm sorry. That's why I had the disclaimer in the beginning. Like, this is all jokes. We're having fun here. Like, do not take offense. I am so sorry. Oh, shit. Okay. Have you ever been intimate with someone with a disability? So, my significant other is blind. We have a wonderful time together. Our 20th anniversary is this year. Somewhat famously, I learned to do her makeup here on Reddit. That's cool. He learned how to do her makeup. That's pretty cool. I've been together for 20 years, man. All right. Have you been intimate with someone with a disability? I was once with a friend who was a dwarf, okay, but also had a bad leg and a crooked back, giving her next to no mobility. Wow. She was an ex of a shitty friend of mine, and she invited me to a house party. The house party was rated for noise and underage drinking, and her mom picked us up and took us back to their place. Her mom goes upstairs to sleep immediately after we get there, where they were weirdly tight. And right on the couch, she looks at me. "I've always wanted you." Well, shit. I wasn't going to choose that moment to practice any prejudice or morals. I don't know if it was because she truly was really worked up over me, or the woman just had winning genetics downstairs. But never before or again since have I experienced the same combination of wet and tight. I had to stop every 10 strides to keep from making a fool of myself. After explaining myself, this only made things more intense for us both. I think it was 5 minutes. We graduated slowly after that, and she got married and had twins despite being told by doctors her whole life she wouldn't bear children. Hey, man, see, this guy kept it fucking real. He was just like, I never once thought of, smashing my little person friend, but then she out here talking about "I want you," and he was like, "Hey, yo, PSA, that dwarf coochie is it hits the spot, apparently." Apparently the dwarf coochie hits the spot, according to him. You know what I mean? Breaking news. Now, you know what I mean? I wouldn't go running out there trying to get dwarf coochie. I'm just saying. I'm just reporting the news. You know, don't shoot the messenger. You know, like, hey, it is what it is. I guarantee he was chalking that bitch like a pool cue on his penis. Like, you know what I mean? She had no mobility. So, you know, again, it's one of those things. Like I said, even with the no leg chick, I feel bad. You can't run away from me. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, at the same time, hey, if she's having a good time, she's having a good time, you know? Hey. At least it worked out for her. You know, she got married and did her thing. And it kind of sucks that, like, even if a girl has, you know, disabilities and setbacks and stuff, that they still end up getting married. But that one dude who was blind and had MS, he only had sexual experience once in high school. Well, I mean, not once, but, you know, a couple times in high school with one girl, and that was it. That was it. Like, damn, world is just brutal out here, man. Damn. All right. Have you ever been intimate with someone with a disability? I had a moderately serious girlfriend my senior year of high school that lasted for about a year post-graduation, etc. She was a year older than me. She had been in a car accident when she was 16 and was paralyzed from the lower chest on down. Whoa. Okay, so like maybe like right under her breast and like down, you know? She was just paralyzed. Dang, that's crazy. I met her at a bowling alley that I worked at. She was an avid bowler before her accident and still came to help her dad coach kids and try some bowling from her chair. We hit it off. I asked her out on a date, and like I said, dated for about a year. I learned a lot about things I never had to know before, and I was the first person she dated since her accident, so she learned quite a bit too. We had sex. It was an odd experience because she couldn't move her legs, but we found ways that worked. We stayed friends after we broke up and even messed around a few more times here and there. I'm still friends with her 23 years later and just saw her the other day. A few years back, my wife and I bought a new house and had a housewarming party. The girl in the wheelchair and I ended up sitting and doing shots until she literally fell out of her chair and her husband had to carry her to the car. Damn, see, even she got a husband. Damn. You know, that's crazy though. My thing is, could she feel you know what I mean, inside her? Or was it just kind of like, just the fact that her kind of looking at it, you know what I mean, would make her, I guess, feel something? I don't know. Like, my thing is, how would sex be beneficial to her? You know what I mean? Because I don't think she would moan or anything, because, I mean, maybe she'd moan to just the sight of it, you know? Or is it a thing where, like, since she can't feel anything from, like, her lower chest down, you know, she has, like, crazy sensitivity in her breasts or something? I wish he would have, like, I wish I could ask him and be like, yo, man, you know, did she feel anything? You know what I mean? Was it a thing where, like, she had more sensitivity up here, so it's like maybe, you know, like earlobes and like neck and stuff like that are just more sensitive to her, or what, you know? That's my question. Because it's like, I get it, you know what I mean? You have, like, you know, her limp noodle legs. That would kind of suck because her legs would just kind of like dead weight, and it's like dead weight is fucking heavier than, you know? And so I'm sure that was difficult to navigate, but I don't know. It poses a lot of questions, if I'm being honest with you. You're just like, huh, like, it's possible. And then on top of that, it's like, was the coochie wet, or did you guys have to always use lube? You know what I mean? There's that too. I mean, it's like, I guess only the nerves were busted, so, you know, maybe like secretion still happened, you know what I mean? Like, her body still worked, but it's just she was just numb. That might have been it too. I don't know. I don't know. Damn. Huh. That's interesting. That's very interesting. I don't know how that would work. Same thing with like a dude who's paralyzed from like the leg down, the waist down. You know what I mean? Like, can he get his penis hard? Does he feel her? You know what I mean? Like, if you guys have ever seen that show, Superstore, you know what I mean? It's that like kind of office like drama show, but it's obviously in a grocery store, and there's that black dude, and he's in a wheelchair, and he be fucking on that one girl, I think her name's like Dana or something, but she's like the assistant manager of the store, and they be fucking and whatnot, and I'm just like, can a dude who's paralyzed from the waist down actually get his mushroom dip hard? And if he can he feel, her and all that? Or is it just the sight of it being like, oh shit, Interesting. Questions. All right. Have you ever been intimate with someone with a disability? I'm dating a wheelchair user, spina bifida, and have been for over a year now. We started dating. He made it clear that whilst there was function in his genitals, there wasn't feeling there, and that sex just wasn't enjoyable for him most of the time, as it tends to leave him with aches, pains, and potentially actual injury. Oh shit, we were just talking about this. Okay, I made it very clear that I'm not into sex where only one participant is actually enjoying themselves, so we've never had PIV sex. Oh, okay, penis in the vagina. Okay, got you. But we're very close and very intimate. It was just a matter of honest conversation and finding out what worked for us both. I mean, you guys have only been together for a year. That relationship has a shot clock. I ain't gonna lie. It does. It's got a shot clock before you gonna want to be penetrated by something, and you gonna really want to be up in there. You know what I mean? I mean, you sit there and you say, well, no. She says that she doesn't like sex when only one person is involved. So no. Because I thought she said something along the lines of like, oh, I'm not really like into sex that much, whatever. But no, she is. It's just she doesn't like it when the other person is into it, and then they're not into it and she's into it. So, but that's what I'm saying though. It's like there's gonna come a time when you gonna want to get penetrated. You gonna want to get smacked up. You gonna want a motherfucker to just bend you up and just put it down on you. You know what I mean? So, you say that now, but like I said, I truly believe that this relationship does have a shot clock on it, and it's only gonna be a matter of time before you're just like, I need to get, I need to get put down on. I'm just saying. All right, we're gonna do two more. Have you ever been intimate with someone with a disability? I've been with a deaf woman, and they are extremely loud. Yeah, because they can't hear. Because they can't hear, bruh. Oh, my God, bro. Oh, they can't hear. They don't know. All they know is it's feeling good. You know what I mean? They just know it's feeling good. They ain't getting pounded. And so, they're just like, they getting up in it, man. They like, shit. I don't hear nothing. All I see is you putting in work, and it's feeling good. Oh, and it's not like you could tell them anything, You just gotta kind of tough it out. Damn. Oh, shit. Woo. It's all jokes, everybody. It's all jokes. You know what I mean? All right. Have you... let's see. All right. Have you ever been intimate with someone with a disability? An old coworker of mine picked up a girl at a bar who didn't have any arms. Basically just down from her shoulders, no elbows. She was super cute, and he said she undid his belt with her toes. Word? He had nothing but great things to say about her. Yeah? It was like that? That would be the craziest thing. And man, I'm sure I guarantee you, she was foot jobbing and all that, man. Like, come on, let's be real here, man. She ain't got no arms, so she like, I gotta make it up in some way. You know what I mean? Either that or the head game was crazy. The head game was crazy. Like, and I'm sure it kind of is. I would kind of find it weird just because you would have to you kind of have to hold her, you know what I mean? So that way she could kind of bob on it, you know what I mean? And you'd have to kind of hold her in place. Oh, man. God, all right. That's going to be into this thread, bro. I'm feeling like an asshole. I feel like I'm making fun of these people. But that's just the reality. You know what I mean? Like, that's the reality of how you would have to go about, you know what I mean, having intimacy with these kind of people. And, it is what it is. They still live a normal life. They still love and they get horny too, just like we do. It's just, they don't have as many appendages as we do, you know what I mean? Or they have no eyes. That one fucking destroyed me. The no eyes, you're a trooper, dog. There's no way I'd be able to keep my penis hard on that one. Just looking into red holes, I'd be like, bro, I don't know about that one. So, hey, is what it is, man. It is what it is. So, all right, that's going to go ahead and be that. I'm hopping to announcements before we get into today's scenarios. Let's see here. Oh, shit. All right. Patreon.com/Am I the Asshole Podcast. Get an exclusive episode every single Friday, as well as being able to send in your scenarios to be featured on Tuesday and Sunday shows like these people did here today. If you are on audio platforms, go ahead and rate the show 5 stars, as well as downloading the episodes. Helps out a lot. I appreciate it so much, man. It's why I do all the episodes that I do, and I try to stay as consistent as possible for you guys, man. And when you guys show that support, it does help out a lot. Keeps your boy going and motivated, man. Love you all. Appreciate the support. And if you haven't already, follow us on TikTok, Instagram, as well as the YouTubes. All the links are down in the description. If you are a lover of the Thursday episodes where we do Haunting Adeline and we do different books and stuff like that, I have been getting book recommendations from you guys, and that is awesome. Keep the book recommendations coming, because your boy does write them down and keep them in his mind. So keep recommending some books, and stuff like that for us to cover on the show for the Thursday episodes. I'm always down to, check out some new books and stuff like that, because I love it. You guys seem to love it too, so definitely get involved. And all the links are going to be down in the description. If you haven't caught up with us on Haunting Adeline, I have all of book 1 in a playlist down there, whether you're on Spotify or YouTube. And then I also have the playlist for you guys for book 2, to where we are up into this week. I think we're on chapters 21 and 22. So we have all the way up to chapters 20 in that playlist for you guys as well. And it'll be on YouTube and Spotify, so you guys can get it no matter how you like it. All right. So without further ado, though, thank you for supporting the show. Let's get into the scenario sent in by you lovely people. Our first one is, am I the asshole for ruining my family's peace with a DNA test? Okay. I, 26 female, thought I was being fun and quirky by giving everyone in my family a DNA testing kit as Christmas gifts last year. I'd seen people do it on TikTok, and the idea of uncovering our ancestry or finding out weird family traits seemed like an exciting bonding experience. Everyone laughed when they opened their boxes, and we went the morning joking about what we might discover. My dad teased that maybe he'd turn out to be 1% Viking. My mom said she'd probably be boringly Irish, though, through and through. Even my older brother, 29 male, who's usually grumpy about these things, agreed and it was a neat idea. Fast forward a couple of days and the results started trickling in. I got my notification. First, turns out I'm 48% German and 32% Irish, and some bits of other stuff sprinkled in. I shared it with everyone in the family group chat, and they all seemed eager to compare. That's when things got weird. My brother didn't say much when his results came in, but he did make a comment about being a lot less German and Irish than he expected. My dad, on the other hand, got noticeably quiet after seeing his results. He didn't even crack a joke about his Vikings like he said he would. Eventually, my mom asked him what was wrong. And he just blurted out, "The math ain't mathin'." He showed us his ancestry breakdown, which was very heavily German, and none of that aligned with my brother's. My brother's results, on the other hand, had a significantly amount of Italian, which was also nowhere in my dad's results. The room went dead silent. Then my mom looked flustered, said something vague about recessive genes and anyone having unique DNA. My dad didn't seem convinced. Later that night, I overheard him pressing her about it, and things escalated. He was just like, "Was you fucking on that Luigi guy? What the hell, man?" He's like, "God, what the hell? Is that little boy mine?" Man, that'd be crazy to find out 29 years later. God damn. Long story short, she admitted that my brother was the result of an affair she had. Oh no. She had years ago, but she thought it was irrelevant since my dad had raised him as his own. Oh. I'm telling you, 29 years you find that out. Damn. The fallout has been devastating. My dad feels betrayed and says he can't trust my mom anymore. I wouldn't be able to. You lied to me for 29 years, girl. Shit. My brother is struggling with the idea that the man he always thought was his dad isn't. My mom had been begging me to fix things, saying that this never would have came out if I hadn't insisted on a stupid DNA kit. She claims I've ruined their marriage and our family's peace. My dad had moved into the guest room. My brother won't even talk to me because he says I started all this drama and made him question his entire identity. I genuinely didn't mean for any of this to happen. I thought it would be a fun, lighthearted activity, but now I'm wondering if I was being selfish or careless by not considering the potential consequences. Am I the asshole? You're not the asshole at all, man. It's your mama. Your mama's the hoe. Come on, bro. Yeah, your mama.
She belongs to the streets.
Yeah, I mean, let's just be real here. Let's keep it under OP. And then she lied to her dad for 29 years. That's not your fault. You know, and then on top of that, they stupidly took the test. So the fact that they took the test and she should have known, she should have been like, wait, hold on. Like, yeah, I mean, either that or she should have had her fucking story straight. I don't know. But yeah, your mama's a hoe. Let's just be real. Your mama's a hoe. Like, come on, man. Your mama's a hoe. There's no other way to put it. Like, I'm sorry to say it, but your mama's a hoe. Like, it is what it is. She lied to your dad for 29 years. And I the son is like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? He's like, dude, I've only known this nigga for 29 years. Like, I don't know what to believe. Like, should I go look for my dad? You know what I mean? Like, should I just keep letting this nigga be my dad? Like, what the fuck should I do? And then the dad, he probably is pissed off because he's like, bruh, what the fuck? I took care of a kid that ain't even mine. You know what I mean? But then think about it, like, you wouldn't even have entered this world if, you know, he found out earlier, because he wouldn't have, you know, had another kid. And so you would have never been born. Man, that's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah. Your family is cooked, and your mama is a hoe. Let's just call a spade, man. She was just out there, you know, letting that Italian man hit it raw. You know what I mean? You know, he was like, "Mamma mia, this coochie is good," and he busted nuts in you. You know, and you let that man believe that was his child for 29 years. That's crazy. 29 years, baby. Woo! Oh. As a man, I would just be hurt. I mean, at that point, if I'm being real with you, I'd be mad and upset. But for one, he's an adult. Two, I mean, what you gonna really do? You know what I mean? Like, at that point, I would just be like, you know what? Fucking sucks. It is what it is. You're not my son, but, you know, and I would still treat him as my son if he wanted. You know what I mean? If he still wanted me to be his dad, like, I would be down for it. You know, just because it's like, bro, it's been 29 years, you know, like, we've already bonded. You know, this is all we know kind of type shit, you know what I mean? But It's like, would he want to see his real dad? And, you know, would his real dad even, you know about it because it's been so long? Damn, that's crazy. That's going to be a lot of shit. I don't think you're the asshole, though. It's your mama. You know what I mean? Let's just be real. Your mama.
She belongs to the streets.
And it just is what it is. Sorry to say it. You know what I mean? All right. On to the next one. You let me know what you think about that one in the comments. So that's crazy as fuck. Whoo! All right, am I wrong? Girlfriend blurts out details while buzzed. I am wrong for feeling weird about it. Okay. Let's see what's up. My girlfriend and I are 21 years old. Girlfriend has an ex friends with benefits in her friend group. They would be physical with each other in between relationships before me. She told me now that she is done being physical with him, even if we break up, because she realizes how messy it is. They didn't have sex. She's a virgin before me, but they've messed around, like he's gotten my girlfriend to come by fingering, making out a few times in the past. So was she's a virgin before me. So did you take her virginity? Or did homeboy did? I don't know. Because he kind of made it seem like they are friends with benefits, but like they, you know, he only just diddled her. He didn't really like fuck her. But let's, you know what I mean?
Stop the cap.
You know they was fucking. Like let's stop right there. There ain't no way you can just diddle the coochie, yeah, I mean, and make her come, and then she ain't like, stick that in me. Like, come on, bruh. Let's be real here. Let's be real. She mentioned that they aren't close and she doesn't see him in a dating way, but you sure do see him as a diddle in your coochie way. Let's keep that real. Come on now. So I got nothing to worry about. She doesn't text him outside the group context and doesn't hang out one-on-one with him. They see each other in the group settings and a handful of times a year. Since this is a group in our hometown, she was upfront about the situation as soon as we became official. Okay, so at least you weren't blindsided by nothing. That's good. A few months ago on vacation, I was with my girlfriend's friend group, and there is her ex friends with benefits in the group. That guy brings up during a sexual game that he makes his current girlfriend that he's dating come 7 times in a day, and that they have sex on average 7 times per day, and when she comes to visit, since they are long distance. Yesterday, the conversation came up with her roommate and her roommate's boyfriend while drinking, which is completely different from her friend group the ex friends with benefit is in. Some sex topics came up. At this point, my girlfriend is buzzed, and she brings up how her guy friend, friend's benefit, makes his current girlfriend come 7 times in a day. It is weird for my girlfriend to bring up a fact about her ex-friends with benefits sex life with his current girlfriend. I mean, look, she looking at it like, I remember when he used to make me do that. Cause like, let's be honest here, bro. Your girl was getting smashed out by him and the dick was probably good. You know, she probably looked at it like, you know, maybe, I don't know, maybe he's a broke nigga or something. I don't know. She don't see dating prospects in him, but she saw something enough in him to where she was letting him, you know, diddle the cooch and fuck on her, you know, because like I said, I don't believe it for one bit that they wasn't fucking on each other. Like, that's stupid. Yeah, like, come on, man. Nah. Yeah, I mean, let's just, nah. You know what I mean? Because I, like, even the times when I've had friends with benefits, you know what I mean? I would diddle the coochie and, you know, get her to finish. And then she's just like, I ain't done. Get up in these walls. And, you know, it's just the way it is. It's how it goes. And so that's why I don't believe that for an instant. And I think when, you know, that was kind of going around, she was just like, shit, maybe might want to give him another go around, you know, like shit, because I guarantee all the girls were talking about it. They're like, shit, you know, if I wasn't with my man, goddamn, I sure would give that carousel a little bit of a ride, you know, to see what that 7 times is like, you know, like, come on, man, like, let's just be real here. But I think the question was, is it weird for your girlfriend to bring that fact up? Yeah, it's mad weird, you know, because she love you like the way she say she love you, you know what I mean? She wouldn't be thinking about my man's, you know what I mean? And the whole shit, I might wanna come 7 times, you never know, like, that sound pretty good. You know what I mean? Hey, I don't think she'll do anything. She might, you never know. I don't know. It's kind of all up to her, but it's just one of those things where it's like, I guarantee you all the girls were talking about it, and all the girls were just like, hey, yo, 7 times, that kind of sound nice. My man don't do that. My man maybe gets me one, like, shit. I'm just saying. So, let me know what you think about that one in the comments, though, but my personal opinion is I think she, in that moment, she was like reminiscing back to when they used to do their little thing. And so she was thinking about it, just because all the girls were talking about it. She could do something about it. She could not. You never know. That's up to her. Hopefully she stay faithful, but I don't know. You never know. All right. Am I the asshole for breaking up with my girlfriend for giving in to peer pressure? Okay. My ex-girlfriend, 27 female, and I, 29 male, had been together for just over a year. I broke up with her last week after yet another situation where her inability to stand up for herself crosses a serious line. The first red flag happened 5 months ago. She came to my apartment after a night out with her friends and confessed tearfully that she had made out with another guy. Her excuse? Her friends were pressuring her to loosen up and live a little, and she didn't want to look uptight in front of them. I was furious and decided to forgive her because she was honest and apologized immediately. However, I told her that this wasn't okay, and we agreed that we wouldn't go out drinking with those friends again since they clearly didn't respect her boundaries or mine. Facts. That's why I would not let my girl go out to those kinds of environments in the first place, especially with single friends. You know what I mean? You can sit here and say that it's controlling. You can sit here and say that it's, I don't know, whatever you want to say, but it's just like, if you are a girl and you got a man, there ain't no reason you should be up in the club. Sorry. There's just no reason you should be up in the club with your single friends. There's just no way. Hang out with your friends, sure, but go do a brunch, go to the mall. Go see a movie. You know what I mean? Like, you guys can go do something else, but don't go up in the club. You know what I mean? Because the club, that kind of environment invites that. You know what I mean? And so, and again, what happened? She gave into it. You know why? Because she got peer pressured into it. It would have been even worse if she was, drunk. She probably would have had sex with dude. You never know. And that's why for me, I'm just like, nah, you're not going to the club. And if you want to do all that, cool, you can go be single doing all that. Because you ain't about to be sitting up in a relationship going to the club. You know what I mean? Like, nah, that ain't about to happen. That's crazy. So, fast forward to last week, she told me she was taking a mental health day. We wouldn't be hanging out with friends. What she didn't mention was that she was heading to a cabin in a small town with those same friends. I found out when she texted me after the fact, casually saying she'd be back later that evening. This was frustrating enough. I don't think it's unreasonable to want a heads up about a trip, especially with friends I've already expressed concerns about. Facts. And I think that's why she did it the way she did it, to where she knew she was going to get backlash if she would have told you beforehand, because you probably would have told her, no, I don't want you to go because I already have reservations about those friends and I don't want you hanging out with them like that. And I think that's why she did it the way she did it, where she's like, oh, I'm already on the way to the cabin hanging out with these friends. Sorry, blah, blah, blah. I'll be back later, though. Yeah, I mean, that's why she did that shit. And that in itself, if I'm being honest with you, is not only crossing your boundaries, but mad disrespectful to you. That's mad disrespectful to you, because it's like, bro, I've already express my concerns about these friends of yours. Now they're just going to a cabin, so it might not be too bad, but let's see what happened. When she came over the next day, I pressed her about what happened. She initially said it was just a relaxing day with the girls, but something about her tone fell off. I kept asking, and after 3 days of her denying that anything unusual happened, she finally broke down and admitted the truth. One of her friends had been pressuring her for weeks to join a threesome with her. and her husband. My ex claimed that she had been saying no repeatedly, but eventually gave in to the peer pressure and went to the cabin with them. She swore that nothing happened and that they didn't go all the way, but at that point, it didn't matter to me. I told her the relationship was over. I explained that while I understood feeling pressure, going to the cabin was her choice. Staying friends with those people who consistently push her into violating her own boundaries and mine was her choice. I also told her she needed to seriously think about why she surrounds herself with people who bring out the worst in her. She cried and accused me of blaming her for something she didn't even have control over. Nah, bro, you can't sit here and try to turn that on me because you knew what you did. You knew that if you would have told me before going to the trip, I would have said no, that you're not going. But what did you do? You went and then you told me after the fact when you're already on the way there. That's what you did. And you knew you did this knowing that I was going to say no and that I didn't want you to go. So no, don't try to turn this on me. Yeah, I mean, or, turn it on him. I told her she absolutely had control unless they dragged her to the cabin at gunpoint. Her decision was her own. Now, her brother is texting me saying I'm being too harsh and that I should be helping her work through her issues instead of walking away. But at the end of the day, I don't think it's my responsibility to stay in a relationship where the trust and boundaries are repeatedly disregarded. So am I the asshole for ending things? Nah. No, you're not at all. Because you don't need to be with a girl who actively chooses to put herself in these situations knowing that you would be opposed to them. Because that's my thing right then and there is where you played the little sly game of you knew that I was going to say no, so you waited until you were already in the car and on the way to the cabin and then you tell me. That right there proves to me that you're willing to put yourself in these positions and that you really don't care. You don't care. Sure, you said no and you said no and you said no. Well, guess what? You could have continued to say no. You didn't have to do it. And then on top of that, you won't say what you did with her husband and her. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, he probably didn't, put it in your coochie, but he could have put it in your mouth. You could have jerked him off. You know what I mean? Just any of that. And it's like, you don't see that as cheating? Like if my homie was just like, yo, let's have a threesome with my girl, and he did it, you would be pissed. You'd be like, you cheated on me. But just because you got peer pressured into it, you think it's not cheating? You think I should sit in this relationship and tolerate your bullshit? Nah, bro. Nah. That's why you're not the asshole at all. And she needs to go deal with this shit on her own. And I would tell her, brother, I'd be like, look, bro, that's not my responsibility to have, for her to deal with her bullshit. She's a grown ass adult and she needs to deal with her shit. You know what I mean? I would be willing to help her out through these things if, it was that one time and he forgave her and then, we worked through it. But if she's constantly making these decisions, it's like, okay, this don't seem like peer pressure to me. This kind of seems like you're putting yourself in these positions and you want to do this. That's kind of what it's seeming like to me at this point. Because it's like, come on now, once is a mistake, but then twice is a pattern. It's like, come on now. And I'm not ready to see the third. I'm not ready. I'm not trying to sit here and because he already knows that if I forgive her, she's just gonna go do it again. She's gonna go do it again. And it's like, all right, bro. So I'm glad that you ended that relationship because she didn't deserve it. She didn't deserve to be in a relationship with a guy who has boundaries, sets boundaries. You know what I mean? If she's gonna constantly break those boundaries, cool, but you're gonna be single. I'm just saying. You guys let me know what you think about that one in the comments though. All right. Am I the asshole for approaching my husband about his secret? I, 38 female, found out something about my husband, 41 male. I don't think he ever wanted anyone to know. I came home unexpectedly. After leaving in the morning, walking inside, I heard muffled music. Getting closer to our bedroom, I heard him in the shower singing along to something we'd never listened to before, and I was blown away. A little background: my husband is quiet and reserved. He is very stoic and just doesn't like small talk, huge crowds, hates being the center of attention, etc. He also has a very unique voice. He's slim, but his voice is deep and very even keeled. Okay. There's been times we've been at karaoke bars and people had prodded him about getting up there, and he has always had something like, "You've heard me talk, what makes you think I can do that? Or do you really want this place to clear out?" In the shower, he wasn't belting out, he was singing along, and he was good, really good. I was shocked and frozen for a bit, but then turned and left, got in my car, drove down the street, and texted him that I'd be home in a bit. A couple of minutes later, he replied and sat there for a bit, wondering how I can possibly bring it up. I went in, and it was like any other day. He was in our room, hair still wet, Bluetooth speaker right down on the dresser where it always was. I didn't bring it up for the next few days. It's really all I could think about. I'm not proud of this, but when he was out shoveling and salting the driveway, I took his phone and went into his Spotify. He had to have had something in there, and lo and behold, at the bottom of his usual playlist, there was one titled Random. I opened it, and there it was, all artists he had never listened to with or around me. Some Bruno Mars, Shawn Mendes, Michael Bublé, James Arthur, Lucas Graham, and much older stuff like the Four Tops, Stevie Wonder, and Celine Dion. And then I saw it. Die a Happy Man by Thomas Rhett, I think. Something I forgot to mention earlier: my husband hates country music. He never complains when others play it, but if anyone asks him what he wants to listen to, he says anything but country. Says he hates the twanginess of it and thinks all of the artists are poser cowboys. Die Happy Man is my song. I don't listen to it around him because he hates country, but it's my favorite. Years ago when we were dating, I remember we talked about our favorite songs and yada, yada, yada. Okay, I think she's just kind of droning on. Would I be the asshole for trying to pry him open on this one? I think what he's doing is he's just trying to open himself up to other things while you're not around. And that way he can kind of surprise you with it, like listening to your favorite country song, even though he hates country. You know, I don't think I would wait for him. Just hold on to this knowledge, and I would wait for him to kind of open up to you. That way he can do it on his time. He can feel comfortable with it, because I think what he's doing is he's just trying to lean into things that I think that you like. You know, he's trying to just lean into music choices that you like, and, you know, he's trying to, you know, be a little more, I guess, outgoing, I guess, you know, you would say. He's just trying to, and I think he's just doing this slowly by himself to kind of get comfortable with it. And then he can kind of slowly show that side of himself outside with other friends and you and stuff like that. Because you got to understand, a lot of guys, you know, we kind of go through life and we kind of have to, you know, hide our emotions and, you know, not really be overly emotional, but not like completely stone brick. You know, we have to kind of be right in that middle zone. And so for a lot of times, you know, we can't really express the things that we like all that much, you know, and it sucks, but that's just the sad truth of being a man sometimes. You know, a lot of people try to sit there and be like, oh, it should be okay and all this, and it's like, look, it should be, but it's not, and that's just a reality that us men deal with, you know. And so I think for him, he's just trying to open up in his own way by himself, so that way he can kind of get comfortable with it, and then he can, in his own way, kind of maybe open up to it with you, you know. But I think it's going to take some time, and if you say something, I think he'll kind of feel embarrassed about it and then stop doing it. But if you kind of just wait and you know, let him, you know, maybe play some of those songs that he has in his random playlist, just play them, you know what I mean? And be like, ooh, I love this song, man. Oh, you know, and like sing it to him and stuff like that, and see if he kind of opens up a little bit. You can kind of pry it to him like that. But I think it's just a simple thing where he's trying to open up and he's trying to get into things that you like. And I think that's amazing. I think that's awesome. He looks at it like, hey, I want to be just a little more connected to my woman. So you guys let me know what you think about that pretty wholesome one. That was a pretty wholesome one. I was just like, damn girl, you found out about a secret and you over here telling it to everybody. But no, it's a good secret. Good secret. You guys let me know what you think about that one. This is going to be our last scenario for today's Tuesday episode. Hope you guys have been loved. Hope you guys have loved the episode so far. Appreciate you if you gotten this far into the episode. Without further ado, though, let's get on into it. I went on a date with a man, then he vanished. I went on a date with a man somewhat older than me that worked in a filming industry. He got us tickets to go watch the screening of a new film that nobody had watched yet. We were the first ones to watch it. Afterwards, we were walking around the city and he paid for everything and really wanted to spend even more money on me. He paid for my food, tickets, for us to do an activity after the film, and dessert. He was showing me his favorite spots and said that he wanted to take me to these places. The whole date was genuinely so fun. When he was walking me back to my train station, I got cold because it was pretty late. He gave me his coat that's quite expensive. He told me that I should keep it for myself. He was cuddling with me until my train came, and when it did arrive, he kissed me and told me that he couldn't wait to see me again. We spoke briefly over text and went completely silent. I'm honestly not disheartened or upset about it. If anything, I find it pretty funny. I got something out of it at the end of the day. I just find it funny how a man can seem so keen on you then disappear. Has anyone else experienced this? So homeboy took you out on this like crazy ass nice date, let you keep an expensive jacket of his, and then just vanished and just ghosted? Huh. That's weird. I mean, this could go one of two ways. One, my man's is a fraud. You know what I mean? Let's just be honest here. He's a fraud. He was selling you a dream. He was making it out to be something, that he's just kind of not or whatever. Or he is who he says he is, and he's kind of wealthy. Maybe he has options, and so he's maybe just kind of dating around. And you were just kind of one of many for that week that he was kind of seeing and talking to and, just trying to figure things out with. He's just like, okay, I got this girl, I'm going to take her out, and then I'm going to take her out, and then take her out. I'm going to see, who I vibe with the most. And, maybe he just didn't vibe with you the most. He vibed with another girl the most. So then he stopped talking to you, and then he kept just talking to this girl. I think those are the two scenarios that you're kind of stuck in right now. And I don't know which one it could be. But you never know, because there are some dudes who will do that. There are dudes that will take you out on crazy dates, and you have a great time, and then he never talks to you again. And it's one of those things where it's just like, what the fuck is going on? And later on you find out from a friend of a friend of a friend that nigga works at Subway, and he's just like, he just ain't that guy, he was putting on a show for you. And that's why he really didn't, since maybe, he didn't get sex the first night or whatever. He's like, fuck, I can't keep this facade up very long. So, the Subway salary ain't like that. So I gotta dip on out. Either that, or like I said, he is who he says he is, and he just has a lot of options. You were one of, a couple that for that week, and then he, got closer with another girl. That could be, like I say, you're in between those two scenarios right there. You let me know which one you think it is. Was he a fraud, or was he a dude who just had some options and went with another girl? You guys let me know what you think about that and everything that we gone over in the today's show, as well as the thread. That's going to go ahead and end today's episode. Thank you guys so much for watching and listening. Another beautiful episode of Am I the Asshole podcast. Thank you guys for all the support that you guys have been showing. I'll see you on Thursday for Haunting Adeline. And without further ado, peace and lovable chicken grease.